Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Druid Archer Let's Play featuring Araelas and his BFF Bjorn. In this case, BFF stands for Best Furry Friend, or does it stand for Bear Friend Forever? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let's do a quick recap, shall we? So last episode we met with Sinding in the Falkreath jail. And it turned out that he was a cursed werewolf, and he was cursed because he had stolen a ring of Hircine, and now he could change into a werewolf at any time, and that led him to killing a small child that lived here in Falkreath, which is how he ended up in jail. He pleaded with us to take the ring. And we did so, and we were able to track down this majestic beast, this white stag, which prompted Hircine to commune with us. And in that conversation, Hircine pled with us to hunt down Sinding and kill him. And we did. We were happy to oblige. Araelas didn't feel too bad about it, even though Sinding begged for mercy. As a hunter and as an agent of the forest and an agent of balance of life in the forest, he knows that sometimes creatures must be culled. And this was the case with Sinding. He provided no benefit to life and balance, and in fact he upset it. A hunter of that skill and that power and ferocity left unchecked could completely ruin an ecosystem. So Araelas was completely willing and able to help Hircine out with this. Also, when we met with Hircine, Hircine called himself the spirit of the hunt. He did not call himself Hircine. He said he was the spirit of the hunt that many mortals called Hircine. So that kind of cast doubt on the whole Daedra thing, at least in my mind, and definitely in Araelas's mind. It confirms his belief that a lot of these religious figures are just aspects of the same thing, which is a flowing life energy that runs through the world and everybody else. These religious labels like Hircine and Mara and Kyne and Kinnereth are just that. They're labels that were given to this flowing energy by mortals who were sort of less capable than Araelas of understanding and accepting this reality. Also, for people who need some kind of entity to worship, that makes it more convenient for them. So we killed Sinding. Hircine gifted us with the Savior's Hide, which is a leather armor that showed off Araelas' sexy legs and his almost non-existent cleavage. A little too much, so we decided to stick with our shaman's robes here. I think it helps Araelas look the part of the Druid Archer. And yeah, he looks pretty good. So right now, we are in Falkreath. I went ahead and sold off all of our loot. Just a little odds and ends that we picked up to make money. I stopped at the alchemist to try to find some salts that we could make trick arrows with, and had no luck there. So this is it. I think we are ready to go on the hunt for this guardian wolf, which is the last target in Froki's quest for us to obtain Kyne's token. So yeah, we are going to approach this wolf in a very hunterly fashion. So we are not going to go right up to him and shoot him. We are going to find a roundabout way to sneak up on him, and we're going to do this the right way. Which means we got some foot travel to do first. Okay, now I think the guardian wolf is just right up here on the other side of this outcropping. Alright, there is a wolf over there. That might be one of the guardian wolf's pack. Now, wolves are not hostile to me, or to Araelas right now. So I could just run up and slaughter all of them without any resistance, but seeing as how this is a hunter trial, I'm going to do my best to stay hidden and sneaky and do this the right way as a hunter. Okay, so here we are, Araelas' final transformation, his final form. As you can see, he has antlers now. He's got a beard, and he's got some steroids. Well, he's got big muscles anyway. So yeah, what happened here was as he finished off the last of the guardian creatures, Kyne, or the spirit of the forest, has helped him to fully become her agent. So in order to enable him further and strengthen him more, she gave him the strength and fortitude of a bear, the cunning of the wolf, the sight of the harrier, and the sort of connectedness with nature of the deer. And all of these aspects are I want to say, sort of symbolized or projected physically in some way. So he got bigger, like the bear, stronger physically. He got a little furrier, like the wolf, with the beard there. His eyes have changed. You can see that they're white and clouded over now. It sort of symbolizes less of a dependency on his old Merrick eyes, his mortal eyes, so to speak, and more of he uses something else. He uses something more magical, something more mystical, and that is what we're calling the eyes of the harrier, or the bird of prey. He's going to be able to see and sense things a little better now. And the antlers grant him some protection. They also allow him to sense more what's going on as far as the prey side of things. And we will make those changes presently, I think. So let's go ahead and open up our One with Nature MCM menu here. And now that we are more one with the prey creatures, let's we'll go ahead and bundle the mud crabs in with that. Orcers for sure. Bristlebacks, why not? Foxes, rabbits, yes. Goats, yes. Trolls, giants, werewolves, werebears, wisps. All of these things, and along with the Charis, spiders, and skeevers, we'll go ahead and throw skeevers in there too. So Charis, spiders, trolls, werewolves, werebears, wisps, and ice wraiths all have something going on other than nature, maybe. They have sort of a dark, evil influence. at least in this game, in this world that I'm creating here. So we're going to leave all those as hostile if in fact they would be in the vanilla game. So there it is. There's Araelas. This is what I had envisioned when I first started this character concept a long time ago. I remember Araelas as a humble, mildly insane-looking Bosmer with fur armor standing next to a campfire. Just a baby then, really, in many ways. And now here he is, the champion of the forest. This huge, muscle-bound, horned, arrow-slinging beast of a Bosmer. Okay, so all that we have left now is to go ahead and clean and skin all of these wolves, make sure that their lives are given purpose, or at least their deaths are given purpose, and then I think we have some other things to do. So I'm going to take care of that, and I will see you shortly. Okay, all done, and I am pleased to say we finally got the strange wolf claw. So this will help us kick off the hidden quest that comes with Hunterborn, which I'm excited to show off because I've never been all the way through it, and I'm expecting that at least 90% of people who download and use Hunterborn on a regular basis didn't even know that this quest existed. So that'll be fun to show off, I think, and play through as Araelas, the ultimate hunter. So yeah, I'm actually relieved with this. It's taken Araelas forever. He's almost level 40 now, to finally come up with a strange wolf claw. A lot of other characters that I use, including Alcunil, my new alchemy character concept, which the trailer just dropped on that. He uses Hunterborn as well, except he only uses it for the expanded alchemical ingredients and effects. He doesn't really care for the whole huntsman aspect of things. And on every single one of his playthroughs, I've gotten it like within the first 5 to 10 levels on every single one. It was maddening because this is the one I really wanted it on. But anyway, we have it. So now, whoa, what's going on here? Oops. Something is exploding. Ah, okay. Looks like there was a skirmish or something over there. Wait a minute. These guys look suspicious.
You there, citizen. This area is off limits. You're interfering with Imperial business. Yeah, so you'll have to pay us a fine. Say, 100 gold. Pay up, citizen.
I'm afraid I don't have any gold to spare.
Fine. If you can't pay with coin, you'll pay with your life.
So probably not the arrows I want to use on these guys. Let's try the freezing arrows out. Oh, no need. Great. So that's that then, huh? Who are these guys? Officers' helmets. I guess we could sell some of this stuff. Oh, I see what happened. It looks like they either waylaid these soldiers and stole their equipment off their corpses, or they're just looting after a skirmish. In any case, we can sell these off for a tidy sum, I think, and also get the Imperial's equipment back into the Imperial's hands. Okay, so what I was saying before we got interrupted, now that Araelas has all this newfound sensitivity with his eyes of the Harrier and his senses of the prey, he is really feeling the need to come check on Valder's hunting party over here. He feels that there's an urgency to this, something beyond just saving a few hunters. So we're going to go check that out, shall we?
Sure I'll make it on my own. Thank Kinnereth for you, stranger. I'd almost given up hope of walking away from here.
Hello. The innkeeper in Falkreath mentioned a Valder and a missing hunting party. Would that happen to be you?
Name's Valder. I hunt out of Falkreath. We tracked a bear to this den. Good coin for those pelts. We had the big sow cornered when they showed up. 3 of them, out of nowhere. Spriggans. Niels went down before we even knew to run. Ari died just inside. I never even thought that things were real. I may have lost a drop or 2 of blood. Truth is, I'm not going anywhere like this. Hurts to breathe.
I may know a spell that will work.
Thank you. Please hurry. Better. Thanks, friend. I wouldn't have lasted much longer without that. But now what? I can't just walk away, not with my friends' bodies in there being torn apart by those beasts.
If we're dealing with Spriggans, then this enemy is beyond you. You better let me handle it.
You'd really risk your life for a stranger's honor? I don't even know what to say. Thank you, my friend. I'll wait here.
Okay. As soon as Araelas approached, he was able to detect a very familiar energy coming from here. So it looks like he is in for an encounter with a Spriggan. This would be the first time since he was ostracized by the Spriggan in the Rift, before he met up with Froki. And there she is.
Enlightened One, it is good to see you again. We sense confusion, hesitation, and a bit of pain.
Allow us to enlighten you then, Enlightened One.
You were once conflicted. Your path had been lost.
And your motivations and purposes did not align with those of life and love,
but of fear and pride. We realized this darkness was bred from loneliness
and a desire for belonging.
But it is not something we can abide. It is simply not in our nature and therefore impossible for us. So we said goodbye. You have since found your path, and allied yourself once again with life and love.
You have now become the champion love deserves,
and the agent life needs. We sense that you understand this and know it to be true.
Yes. So, what is it you need of me then?
You felt it.
The ancient darkness in the old tombs that now stirs from its slumber.
They are the dragon cult, and they are awakened by the dragon priests. This alone poses a great threat to life and love.
But their ultimate goal is even more terrible.
They seek to resurrect the dragons.
Dragons?
Indeed.
If they should succeed,
It would mean the large-scale quenching of the light of life. And the oppression of love for all of nature's creatures.
as well as of men and her.
Enlightened one, you must hunt these priests. And stop their evil deeds before this happens.
Life and love beg it of you.
Okay, so we had a nice little chat with the Spriggan. Seems like we are on the same page again. That's good. And now we need to come up with some kind of story to tell Valder here.
It's done then. Justice, if you could call it that. Look, I want you to have this. I know it isn't much, but it's important to me. Ari gave me this dagger when we first started hunting together. I always said it brought her luck. You should be the one to carry it now. I'll give them a proper burial, then head back. Come find me if you're ever in Falkreath. You'll always be welcome at my door.
Well, that was interesting. Somehow, Valder here thinks that we cleared out that cavern when he went right back in there. I wonder if he's being enthralled by that Spriggan. Interesting. Anyway, I have another animal to cull here, it looks like. But I think that's it for this episode. We have completed all of the requirements for the Kyne's token quest that we took on for Froki. There's a bear friend. We have appeased her scene. We are back in the good graces of the Spriggans. Looks like we have some wolves here. And things are looking good. Yeah, so I think this is a good place to end this episode. But first, let's just do a quick recap. So, that conversation with the Spriggan, it now enables us to sort of chase some things down in the game. We sort of manufactured some lore there. The Dragon Priests are raising the Draugr. They are the source of that stirring ancient evil that we felt in Bleak Falls Barrow and to a lesser extent in Cragwallow Slope at the very beginning of the series. Now we have a mission to clear that darkness. We have to hunt these Dragon Priests that should slow their pace of resurrection on the Draugr that are being raised in the ancient barrows here in Skyrim. It will also prevent them from raising the dragons. And that's sort of my roleplay reason for not having dragons in the game. I am running Skyrim Unbound, and I have turned dragon spawns off. Araelas is not dragonborn. Instead of being sort of the champion of Akatosh and the fated enemy of Alduin, which kind of comes along with the territory of being dragonborn. He is the champion of the forest and champion of nature. And that's kind of how I'm playing this. So this sort of gives us a mission. It gives us a reason to hunt the Dragon Priests, who, aside from maybe vampires, are top-tier undead in Skyrim. They are raising more undead, and as a champion of nature, Araelas is going to be very opposed to the undead. So I think that is the mission we're going to take on next, and going forward. But I think the last thing we have to do, which I think will be the beginning of the next episode and not the end of this episode, we have to head back to Froki's shack here, and sort of complete the ritual for Kyne's token. as we have finished Kyne's Sacred Trials for Froki. And that'll be fun to see him again, I suppose. And that should sort of complete Araelas' journey, at least in terms of his evolution as a druid. So yeah, this is it. This is Araelas. This is the druid archer that I had envisioned from the very beginning. I know there were some bumps in the road. He wasn't very druidy to begin with. He was sort of just a hunter. He even did some wet work for the Jarls and had some run-ins with the Dark Brotherhood. But most of that is behind him now. He's looking forward to continuing his journey as the champion of nature, and sort of a catalyst for light. So I think that opens up a lot of paths for us in the future to continue Araelas' journey. And we don't have to focus so much on character development, which is nice. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We had some new production tricks with the cutscene with the Spriggan. I'm pretty proud of all that. I hope you like it as much as I did, and I hope you're looking forward to more as much as I am. All right, so until next time, take care of yourselves. See you later.